I thought this right here might be a good time for me to show you some of the stuff that I take with me when I go fencing. One is just a regular fence stretcher. I bought this one down at Tractor Supply. I think it cost me a little over 50 bucks. If you're gonna work barbed wire, you need one of these. Now, I'm not one of those that has to have it perfect. I'm not one of those that stretches the tightest like a banjo string. But I do like to make it taut enough till there's still some resistance if they come up against it. Another thing that I like to take along is my little DeWalt grinder with a cutoff wheel on it. This helps if you need to deburr a piece of barbed wire in order to use it to wrap or to put it into the fence stretcher, or if you're going to use a tie on it. Comes in real handy. Another one is my crimping pliers. If I can find crimp here right quick. I use these in case I have to make a splice in the wire, or if one of the wires has come undone. I use this right here, squeeze it together with these. I carry an assortment of fence staples with me, some big, some long. And it's a good idea if you've got any wood posts, put a couple of these right here on top of it. Someday you may get out and you may need one, and it's a good place to just grab one. A small hammer, something that will fit down into your bucket and not hang out of the top of it. A lot of times I go through brush, and these are the world's worst if you've got a long handle on this to get caught in the brush, and there's not a whole lot of major hammering you've got to do. But to straighten out a piece of wire, or you can even use this right here to wrap around the end of it in order to make a tie if you run out of staples. And of course, any electric fence, you need a good electric fence tester. I bought this one. It wasn't that much money, about 40, 50 bucks. I got this one right here on Amazon. It works real good. The readings are always accurate on it, and you don't have to have a wire to ground it. You ground with the back of your hand. You can't do anything on the farm without an adjustable wrench. I try to keep these right here in various places, on my tractor, down at the other barn, at this barn, and I always try to keep one in my fencing bucket. You never know when you're going to have a gate or something that needs to be tightened up. Keep one of these with you, they're handy. A good pair of just regular pliers. These pliers right here was my dad's. I've had them for a long time. One of the best things you can do when you get a set of pliers is do not get one with black handles or green handles or brown handles. You want to be able to see this thing if you drop it down in the leaves. I've even known to get red, white, and blue tape, and I'll show you one I think I've got with me that's got red and white and blue tape on it. I've got one cow that's really interested in this video. That's Buttercup. Some good wire cutters. I like these wire cutters because they've got a little lock on the back side of them. You can lock them together when you're not using them. That way you're not apt to fall on them if you're walking up and down these hills. You also can put them into your back pocket, and you're not worried about falling on them either. Good old screwdriver, that always works real good. Plenty of insulators, ones that goes into wood, one of your egg insulators, some snap-on insulators, and some lockjaw insulators. These are mainly what I use, especially with the high tensile wire. But a lot of times you'll get to a place in the fence where you're going up and down. And when you do that, you need these right here to keep it from sliding up and down. Fence handles are real good, especially if you're running. Fence handles are good, especially if you're running poly rope. But I have used these with bob wire and they still work just fine. I carry a cutoff switch in case I want to put a cutoff in a certain place. That way I can, when I go through, I can be able to turn off the fence in various places. And one of the biggest things, I don't have my other one with me with the red and white tape on it, the red, white, and blue tape on it. But you need a good set of fencing pliers, always. And it doesn't hurt to have a spare. These are your main tools when it comes to working on the fence. Your bucket, just a regular 5-gallon bucket, but I do like the ones that has the rope on it. That way they're not getting hung up in anything, and you can lay it off to the side in order to be able to work and it not get in your way. So these are just a few things that I take with me when I go fencing. One other thing that I do take, sometimes I will take an extra piece of bob wire or high tensile with me in case I need an extra piece in order to fix a splice. So these are the things that I use when I go fencing. So make you up a bucket, and that way you can have it ready. Just grab a hold of the bucket, throw it in your four-wheeler. It's not that much to pack if you have to carry it. And just be ready, because you never know when a tree's going to fall, a deer's going to run through it. And as I say, the best time to check your electric fence is before the cows do. Well, my cows are a fan of me. And of course, always make sure you have a chainsaw with you in case you have to saw a tree or a tree limb or a branch or something that's fell across the fence. You know, there's some real challenges to making YouTube videos in this kind of weather. I was coming down the hill and my little tripod fell off and I ran over top of it. Gee. I was sitting here thinking about all this cold weather, all this snow, and I remember a time when they called this hog killing time. When all the family would get together at one house, they'd butcher a hog. I remember the first time that I went to a hog killing, I was the new guy and I didn't know anything was going on. They dispatched the hog and laid it onto a big old table. And they told me the first thing before they done anything else was they needed to measure the hog's tail. Well, they said we give that to the new guy. They say what you want to do, point it right to the animal's rear end and lay that tail across the finger, mark it, and then we'll measure it with a tape measure and we'll find out how long the hog's tail is. I didn't know it, but there was a guy on the other end ready to hit my elbow. And you know where my finger went. Them were some good old times. I didn't get mad. That was just part of growing up, part of life. It's been a good day. May God bless. Fence handles are real good, especially if you're running Fence handles are good, especially if you're running poly rope. Fence handles are good, especially if you're running poly rope. But I have used these with barbed wire and they still work just fine. I carry a cutoff switch in case I want to put a cutoff in a certain place. That way I can, when I go through, I can be able to turn off the fence in various places. Excuse me just a minute. I'm going to have to get these cows away from my four-wheeler. They found the bucket on the back end. Go on, guys. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. There's nothing in there. Go on. Go on. Go on, bucket. There ain't nothing in there. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on, big boy. Go. Go. Go.